What is going on there, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of Philly Brew Reviews. Let's drink a beer. Finally. So, it's about 2 weeks after my surgery for kidney cancer. I have been feeling really good. I stopped taking all of the pain medications that I was on, even Tylenol. So I figured that after 48 hours after I stopped taking all that stuff, it would be safe to try some beer. I'm not really sure if I'm going to drink it all just yet. There's a lot of things that I've been reading online regarding having one kidney. Apparently you can stay drunk longer if you overdo it. So this may be the end of my drinking. Well, really, I mean, I never really drink to get drunk anyway. But I can be sure that moderation is probably going to be my key for the rest of my life. Obviously, alcohol doesn't really give you any kind of nutritional benefit. It doesn't really, help in many ways. That being said, I enjoy doing it, and I don't intend to stop. And I think that it's been about 3 weeks since my last beer review, and I appreciate everybody being patient with what's been going on. But honestly, right now, I feel pretty close to 100% from the standpoint of fatigue and pain. The pain from, there's just some small little things here. Honestly, the biggest thing has been figuring out how to sleep, because I can't really sleep on my side that I usually sleep on, so it's been a little weird. Anyway, today, what we're going to be drinking is we're going to be drinking Chimay Red. Okay, now I figured that I would be kind of, really raring to go with this next beer review, the first one that I kind of returned with, and I wanted to do it right. Now, obviously, Chimay Red is known as a very highly rated beer. It's rated 98 on Beer Advocate by the Bros, 93 by the Beer Advocate community. It is a double. And it speaks for itself. As you can see, it's got this nice little bottle. Bottle says the registered trademark Trappist certifies that this ale was brewed within the walls of an existing Trappist monastery under the control of the Trappist community. A major part of the sales revenue is used by the monks to support charitable works. The exceptional yeast isolated by Father Theodore, combined with the purity of highly protected water of the Abbey's wells, gives Chimay its unique richness. Since 1862, Chimay's secondary fermented ales have neither been pasteurized nor filtered, and only natural ingredients are used. To fully appreciate the pleasant sharpness and the light hint of bitterness of the Chimay Red, served slightly chilled in a wide-mouthed glass. All right, so here we go, baby. So, the book on this ale is that it's very fruity. Basically it's like a kind of a dark fruit kind of base to it. So let's see what we have here. And again, I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to drink, but I'll drink enough of it to taste it, obviously. All right. Well, wow. It almost smells like wine. From the standpoint of the dark fruits definitely come through there. Very much so. But there's definitely a malty smell. The yeasts come through a bit, but you really get a grapey kind of dates, prunes kind of smell to it. It's interesting. So let's pour it, see what we got. Well, the head kind of took off a little bit there, but what we're looking at here is a ruby-colored, very red-looking, very lot of carbonation coming up from the bottom there. Very bubbly, white head, frothy. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people calling it brown, but I don't really know if I would call it brown. I'm kind of colorblind, so that could be kind of a tough thing for me sometimes. But All right, cheers. Wow, it's a very dry beer. Anything that was left in the mouth just disappears right after. Very carbonated, very sweet in the first part of the drink. Middle part of the drink, you get kind of a slightly bitter, earthy feel to it, and then it all rushes down your throat and it's gone. There's no aftertaste whatsoever. Just kind of a dry, almost as if you were drinking a red wine kind of mouthfeel to it. That dryness that just kind of comes in there. So this is the first beer that I've had in 3 weeks. Okay. Alcohol does not taste overwhelming, but for some reason it's given me kind of like a, I don't want to call it metallic, but there's like a slight, just, maybe it's the yeasts, but something's a little bit off with this. I'm not sure. Let me see what it has, because I'm not sure how old this is. It was given to me by a friend. The bottle does look a little beat up. Well, there's a code on it, but I'm really not sure how to read the codes on these ones because they don't just have the date, it's just like a code. This is 7% alcohol by volume, by the way. So, while it's definitely an interesting beer, I didn't want to do something that was... I have some Mad Elves in there that I was going to drink closer to the holidays. Okay, so very sweet. That's the overwhelming kind of taste that I'm getting out of this. The dark fruits and the kind of, it's almost like a candy sweetness, but then the dry finish just kind of takes everything away. It's a little bit more carbonated than I would like. So I'm not really sure if that's, like I said, again, I'm not really sure about this beer, how old it is, because somebody gave it to me. It might have been sitting in someone's fridge for God knows how long. So I might not be getting this at its peak freshness. But it's not really sitting well with me, to be honest with you. Totally subjective, right? How beer tastes. Let me look at some of the other people's, what other people had to say. Obviously very highly rated. So you're talking about a beer that is pretty much universally beloved. Well, a lot of people singing a lot of praises of it. So I'm not really sure what I have here, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to say hop factor. It's a little bit bitter, but I don't really say that. I wouldn't really say that the hops are something that we really need to be worried about with this beer. It's somewhat hoppy. I'll give it a hop factor of 4 out of 10. As for overall rating, this particular bottle of beer that I'm drinking right now, I'm not really enjoying it too much. Maybe it's just not my cup of tea. Maybe I have a bad beer. If I can do a redo, or if I get one that I know for sure is fresh and I'll try it again, I will do it again. But for now, this bottle of beer, this Chimay Red, I'm going to rate 2.5 stars out of 5. That's what I'm going to rate it, because I think that there's something wrong with the bottle. So let's call this a tentative 2.5 stars out of 5, and we'll see if there's something that I can do to get my hands on a better one. And as for now, I'm going to dump the rest of this down the drain, and I'm probably going to review Heineken Light. So have a good day. See you at the next review.